Hello and welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Child of Light.
Yay!
Kind of really enjoying this game. I didn't realize the combat was going to be turn-based.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to give too much away, but there was an X on that crow.
I'm a sucker for turn-based combat. Caw, 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 caw,
Oh, okay.
caw, caw, caw.
Okay, so we got like a little buggy there.
A little pram.
Is that what that's called?
I don't know. It'd be a coach or a carriage, in my opinion.
No. Yeah, it's a little bigger than a buggy, I guess.
Keep doing that out of
I don't
order.
know. Then what's a chariot? Ooh, that's creepy. Ooh, like a banshee or something? Sneak attack.
Surprise attack.
Oh yeah, surprise attack. Surprise round.
Alright, interrupt foes by hitting them while they are casting.
Oh yeah.
Kind of already knew that on the first one.
So now she's casting. So if you go first, it interrupts the cast. And you can do it again.
And I already know that, like, since it's, since it automatically goes into wait mode, I can go over here and get my meter back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you wrecked that little banshee thing.
Potent magic potion. Woo.
Kind of reminded me of the witch for some reason. In Left
4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead.
No, she was a lot scarier.
Yeah, yeah. The crying, that's what did it. Yeah. Was it like that quote, like, there's nothing more beautiful than the laughter of a small child, except for when you're alone in the dark?
Yeah. Yay, I did it right this time.
Yay! But why are there so many different types of toothbrushes?
I don't know.
It's just confusing. Like, which one are you supposed to use?
The only one
Which
I go
one's
for,
really recommended?
because I have, like, an annoying gum problem,
Uh-huh.
is I get the mid-strength bristles, and then I get a tongue scraper on the back.
Yeah, the one I've got, I don't know. I thought it was, like, probably medium or something, or maybe it was stiff. I don't know. I don't know what you call it.
That's like the only kind of differences I understand is like the bristle strength.
Yeah. I think that just comes down to preference, right?
No,
You don't want to go too soft because then it won't do anything, right?
But for like my brother, he has to have soft bristles. If not, his gums will just bleed
Forever
for
and
a
ever.
long time.
His sensitive gums.
Yeah, I think he has gum disease. I think my dad did too before he got his dentures. Whack.
Schwack. That's kind of scary. You can interrupt him. Yep. Did he up his defense or something, you think?
I think he upped his strength.
He knocked your crown off.
Oh, and so that's where
Ooh, he interrupted you.
that's where you want to time your defense. Okay.
That was cool. This is a very interesting game. In my opinion.
In your opinion, your opinion's crap. No, your opinion's valid. And you're a special little sunflower.
I'm a special snowflake. I'm unique. I've never, honestly, I mean, I get it, but I don't at the same time. Like, is it really that every snowflake is unique? Can it really? I mean, I guess if you go down to like the each individual crystal, I guess you could say that. But overall, you can probably get some very similar looking.
Yeah.
Like even like thumbprints, right? Like even DNA. Right? Even DNA. If you actually look at when they talk about DNA, sometimes it's not as foolproof as they'll say it is. Don't be wrong. If you got like, if the guy is saying this guy's the murderer because of the DNA or the rapist or whatever, he probably is. But if you actually look at the numbers, there's always a slight possibility he's not. It's like, one in so many billion people, but depending on the quality of the DNA and the process in which they gather it and test it. But it's just one of those things where, like, I think, like, I was listening to this NPR story.
Oh, and goodness, here comes the NPR stuff.
The NPR stuff. And it was about, they were doing this whole thing about food and crime. And, like, how they two can influence each other. Like, from, like, a killer or murderer or somebody who would break into people's houses and make sandwiches. Like, how they caught him or something because he had a food thing. And they were able to trace the DNA or something. But this other guy, there's other crime. So some guy kills this prostitute in the middle of, like, a Utah desert.
Mm-hmm.
And, or I don't know, I say prostitute, but sex trafficked person. And she was, like, from some Eastern European country. And they had no idea, like, what her name was and who killed her. Because when I think they did eventually figure out who she was, she had no contacts, like, in the United States, really. So they had no idea who killed this girl. And all they had was a murder weapon, and it was a rock. So it was, like, in the desert, like, in a quarry or something. And then one of the rocks was used, like, to bash her head in or something. And so, like, all this time goes by, they can't solve this crime. And then there's this FBI agent, and he's talking to a friend or something who works in the food industry. And he has this device that they use to check for contaminants in food or something. And he can break it down, like, to the molecular level, right, to find any traces of, like, DNA or anything. And it could contaminate the food. And he said, here, use this device. And they put the rock or whatever in this device and, like, sucked every, like, little thing off of that rock. And they got DNA that wasn't hers, which was, like, from the sweat of the guy who killed her 10 years earlier. And they were able to use that to find the guy, like, his DNA was in the system or something. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember exactly the story. I remember going, that's incredible. At the same time, that's scary as hell. Because what if you're walking by and the sweat drops off your forehead, lands on a rock, and then 15 years later, somebody uses that rock to kill somebody and they trace it back to you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
incredible worst case
it can't be 100% foolproof, can it?
Well, there's always going to be variants in which it's like you're suspect.
It's like when they say, "Oh, this guy killed his wife." Well, how do you know? Because his DNA was all over her car. It's like, well, he's his wife. He probably rode in her car a lot. Why wouldn't his DNA be in her car?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, chances are it's always the husband, right? It's like, most of the time it's the spouse or the boyfriend or the husband or just someone you know who kills you. But I don't know. Just one of those weird little things that popped in my head.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how we got to that. Like,
to where they're sucking the DNA off a rock.
Well, where we got to DNA.
Who knows? My mind just goes free form. It just went, and that's where I ended up.
Oh, sorry, everyone.
You should have turned the other way.
I know.
The mic's kind of tilted that way, so you just coughed into it anyway. It doesn't matter.
I couldn't really hear it on my end, so.
I'll mute it and quiet you down when you cough.
I don't know. Did you hear it? Because I didn't really hear it.
I kind of heard it.
No, come back, glowy fireflies. I need health. Thank you.
You can make that nice. Little pitter patter of her feet.
Her bare feet slapping on the sweat-stained floor.
Sweat-stained floor, and then they're gonna find DNA in 20 years and find out she killed that ghost lady.
The whole, like, sweat, blood-stained, warmed floor is, like, one of my favorite lines from Fight Club.
Okay, I wasn't expecting you to say that at first. Like, that's one of my favorite things, you psycho.
My favorite
These
fetishes.
are a few of my favorite things.
No, but it's like when he's, like, in Fight Club where he's, like, first talking about, like, Fight Club and everything, and, it's, like, the warm... It's like you can tell that... This was a gathering with the warm sweat stain from the night before, and it was just like, oh yeah. All right, let's see what we've got to do here. I'm guessing.
Is there another one? Oh, no. Nice. Oh, it's as well. It's a puzzle game. Yay. Puzzles. Platformer. 2D side scroller. Mixed with a turn-based action fighting game or whatever. Turn-based RPG style.
Turn-based RPG.
I don't know. It's a really cool little game. And the art style's cool. And the music. And the story's interesting.
And Tote's a fanboy.
I'm not really a fanboy that much. I don't think you can make that. I think it's the whole point of this.
Well, I had a feeling that like this rises up or something with the way that it's texturally different.
Oh, the bridge?
Yeah.
No, you were wrong.
All right then. Pushy, push, push. What do we got here?
Ooh, it almost tricked you.
Well, so what I've noticed, if I don't get it in the right order, I don't get the health, but I get the meter back.
So it's either light or it's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's health and magic.
Well, it's light either.
It does go up.
It's light either way, but
That's cool.
I don't get health and magic back if I don't do it in the proper
you need a box.
order. So I was correct, but you were also correct. So who's really correct?
But can it be that box? You can't. Oh, yeah. It can be that box because it's going to keep going up and down now.
This there's a game that came out free on PlayStation. I'm not sure if it was on any other console, but it was called Teslagrad. Very short game.
I think I've seen that one.
But it works off of the whole like
Electricity, right?
The whole Tesla theme.
Ah, Tesla. Nikola Tesla. Didn't he try to build a death ray?
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
He ended up broken crazy, right?
And then Edison shoved a cable up an elephant's ass.
And killed it. And now he's famous and gets all the credit for electricity.
Even though there's like tons of different forerunners.
Yeah. He stood on the shoulders of giants.
Gotta get them surprise attacks.
Yay, it's working. Nice strategy, I say.
Always, early on in RPGs, beat up everything you see.
Oh yeah, so then they can't interrupt you.
And I'm guessing I'm faster because of it.
Oh yeah, it's like holding your turn or something. I'm gonna hold my action. Oh, she's casting something. Can you beat her? Nice play. Armored.
Slasherino.
Whack. I think that the type of damage you do is really important later on.
Well, yeah. So
Like
these guys are
resistances and
weak to magic, which I might delve into magic skills or magic in the tree a little bit.
I don't remember if she gets magic or not. I mean, she probably does, but who knows? It's been a while since I played this. As you can tell by the platforms, you're going to get more party members.
Yeah. There's those telltale signs like most RPGs. If you go to the shops in any store, the slots of like, what is it? This improves your character stats, but well, then why are these a bunch of blank spots over here?
Or like your character can't use this type, and it's like, well, who can?
Exactly.
The next party member.
All right, but that's gonna do it for this episode.
Another episode over already.
Yep, we unlocked the door.
Sweetness. All right, so yeah, if you're enjoying this, check out some more. Check us out. As always, I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye. Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.